Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Inside. Today we're looking at a Naruto starter box. This is for the Dream Legacy, put out by Bandai, ages 8 and up. This is starter deck A-2. It includes 40 game cards, 10 game cards for the sideboard, and some specific cards to this deck that I think are supposed to be specific to this deck, including Stealing Jutsu, Fire Seal, Ninja Art, Needle Jutsu, and some others. We're going to see them all because we're going to open this up right now and see what we got. The outer foiling is pretty good, so it should still be able to stay on over the years. This is fairly old at this point. This is put out by Bandai and Shonen Jump in association with Viz Media. Viz used to do a lot of the import comic books back in like the 80s. And now they mostly do anime stuff. I don't think they even put out comic books anymore. Alright, we got another coin here like we got in the other deck. Looks like it's the same one. It says 2002 Naruto CCG. So, it's got Naruto on one side and either a shuriken or maybe the poles. I don't know, I'm assuming it's a shuriken. But it's kind of cool, it's got some nice weight to it. If you're into coin collecting or something like that, might be a cool addition. Alright, so we got our sideboard. We've got our regular deck, which was in this thing and fell out. And then we've got our rule book, our mail away questionnaire thing, which nobody cares about. And then we've got a turn marker. And these look the same in all the decks, I'm betting. But these pop out where the words are, and on the other side they've got little faces. So we put that aside, and then we've got our playmat. These playmats are slightly better than the other set we looked at. They're slightly thicker, still garbage, but not quite as bad. You got your battle area, turn phase, character, battlefield area at the top. Then you got your chakra area, your turns, your deck, and your discard pile. So they'll hold up for a few games, but beyond that, they're pretty useless. The rule books are real nice. They're color, about 40 pages long, lots of art in it though. So it's actually not that hard of a game because they filled up a lot of space with art. So, but very nice quality paper overall. Pretty impressed with that. It's not the thickest paper, but it's not the worst either. And I'd say it's probably about on par with World of Warcraft. Slightly lower quality maybe, but not much. So there's our main deck. Here's our sideboard deck and cardboard insert. But let's start with the sideboard deck because it's smaller and that's usually of more importance than the main deck sometimes, depending on what you're playing. So plastic's kind of hard to get off. It's pretty thick on these. You can hear that crinkle. But yeah, it's kind of hard to get this plastic off, but the ones on these decks is garbage for some reason. And that sticks to your hand like crazy. Alright, so let's look at these real quick. We've got a failure. Target one permanent mission card, effect discard the target. We've got another failure. Then we have another tracker. Effect move one Jonin Ninja in your hand to your village. Then we've got another tracker, basic platoon, another basic platoon, Stealing Jutsu Fire Seal, Stealing Jutsu Fire Seal, Ninja Art Needle Jizo, and lastly Stealing Art Needle Jizo. So that's our sideboard deck. Not bad. So let's put that aside and get to the main deck. These do have a gold seal around it that's supposed to make it easier to get them open, but they're so old at this point that it is a little harder to get that to actually come off. And you can see where that kind of sticks to the... See, I can't just slide the deck out. It's actually got to be broken or forced to come off. So be aware of that you'll want to be a little bit careful when taking the plastic off, because it will stick to the cards. Cards are fine, they don't stick together at all, but that plastic is so cheap that it does stick to the cards just due to age and poor quality. So let's get right into these. Well, I spoke too soon. Some of these did stick together. Alright, we've got a Revival. Forbidden Technique. Another Forbidden Technique. After the Battle. After the Battle. Failed Jutsu. Failed Jutsu. Chakra Control Device. Chakra Control Device. Disguise Jutsu. Disguise Jutsu. Paper Bomb. Paper Bomb. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Shadow Clone Jutsu. Shikakaku Nara. Inoichi Yamanaka. Another one of him. Sakura Haruno. Another Sakura. Naiji Hyuga. Another Naiji. Naruto Yamaz... Yeah, that guy. Shikamaru Nara. Another Shikamaru. Hayate Gecko. Another Hayate. Iba Aisu. Another one. Tamari. Might Guy. I'm never going to stop saying it that way. Anbu. Another Anbu. Kurenai Yuhai. I'm sorry, I'm butchering that. Another one. Asuma Sarotubi. That guy. Another one. A different Naruto Uzumaki. Another Naruto. And lastly, Naruto Uzumaki and Jira. Yeah, the guy that looked like Inuyasha. So basically this deck looks almost identical to the other deck. The only difference is the sideboard deck. Because these cards are almost exactly the same. And I mean exactly the same. The only difference that I've seen is the sideboard deck. So I don't know what the difference between starter deck 1A and 1B is supposed to be. But as far as I can tell, it's just a sideboard deck. But yeah, that's what's inside the Naruto Dream Legacy starter deck A-2, I think it is. Yeah, A-2. Yeah, the sideboard being the only major difference between the two. The coin is the same. The main deck itself looks identical. The rule book obviously is the same, and so is the playmat. But the only real difference is the sideboard deck. So take that for what you will. If you're a completionist or you need a specific sideboard deck for a strategy, maybe this will work for you. Otherwise, looks identical to me, other than these 10 cards that don't seem even that different. So that'll do it for this episode. As always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next time on What's Inside.